welcome to Wine Time.
I'm Rachel.
And I'm Heather.
Where two moms will pour a drink,
Espresso, wine, cocktail, who knows,
and tell you stories
or complain
about moms. You will get the good,
inspirational, uplifting, encouraging,
the badass,
we all know a badass mom,
and the crime.
Moms who have committed them and or survived them.
This is
Wine Time.
The good, the badass, and the crime. Welcome to Wine Time, where the hosts and our guests tell the truth. And the truth that needs to be told today is the fact that we might have just recorded for 10 to 15 minutes, but Rachel did not press record. So therefore, none of it mattered. It all mattered. It all mattered to us because we were here for it and we loved every single segment. I saw segment and I said segment. Anyways, the point is we didn't record. So we are starting over. It is fine. Everything is fine. We're going to get into it. Today, you guys, today we have a very, very special segment on the podcast. It is our Dear Crystal portion. It's been a long time coming and it is finally here.
So today we have a very special guest, Crystal, who not only is best friend, wine bucket bestie, OG listener, everything. She's also a mom, and she is here ready to answer some of the questions that our listeners have sent in, all about how you juggle being single, being a mother, and being part of the dating world.
So, Crystal, if you guys have been following this journey and you guys have been listening, she was on our Dating Fails episode. And I know, we had a few more people that I had actually sent in some stories or dating fails, if you will. So we're going to need to record a part 2 to that episode because we actually had some more entries on that. So we are going to do that in the near future. But before that, during that episode, we had actually got into the fact that Crystal's my LLS, my long lost sister, my best friend. I love everything she has to say. And during the episode, we had come up with the fact that everyone needs to hear what she has to say because she's bad about it. You know what I mean? Her face right now, she's like, Rachel, if you don't stop right now. The point is in this segment right now, right here, we are going to throw some questions out there that some of them you guys have sent in, some of them people have texted me, some of them people have told me. We are going to put them out there for her, and she's going to answer them how she would answer them. The thing is it's the straightforwardness. It's the fact that we live in this world where some people, they like to beat around the bush, or they like to just like, I don't know, like everything's fine. It's like, no, bitch.
Ever since I've known Crystal, tell it like it is. And that is something everybody needs in their life. So, Crystal, we are going to get into this. Before we get into this, is there anything you want to tell our listeners before we start?
How are you? What's up? Welcome back.
These questions at you?
Not that I can think of. Besides, I'm nervous. I feel like when I don't know like the questions ahead of time, I'm like,
I think that is going to make for the most honest, candid answers that not only Rachel and I, but also our listeners are down to hear.
Right. That's
so
true.
I'm actually glad that you don't know what's about to happen because I think we're going to get the best response from you, the most honest response from you. And that's what we all need.
I'm ready for it.
that's like one of the points too, because I mean, Crystal, you and I have talked about this. I had asked you, like, do you want me to send them to you? Should I not send them to you? And the thing is like when you're going on these dates, when you're talking to people, like you don't know what you're going to get. You're just going to have it thrown at you and you're going to answer these fucking things. So that is what we're doing. But before that, in my show notes, I was supposed to ask you, like, how are you? How are you doing?
I'm good.
I'm good. You guys, the thing about this situation is we just went through this whole goddamn thing for 15 to 20 minutes.
All of it for like 15 minutes.
We did. We talked about so many things from...
To be fair, it's not the first time that that's happened, and it probably honestly won't be the last time that it happens, that we forget to press record, and we had wonderful gold content that now just lives in our brains and our hearts.
Is platinum
in our hearts?
Is platinum better than gold?
Yes.
Okay, so now we're gonna bring you that platinum.
What
content.
am I, a geologist? Geographer?
What the hell are you even talking about?
What?
Nothing matters. Crystal's like, I'm done here, you guys. I'm never coming on this podcast again.
Crystal's like, bye.
Just kidding. All right, it doesn't matter. We are gonna get into this. Crystal is gonna answer these questions. We have some. I didn't put them all in here because this is only round one. This is the first segment. So welcome to the first Dear Crystal segment. This is exciting. And she will be back to answer more. So if you guys, as you guys listen to this, if you guys like it, if you guys have questions that you're listening to this and you're like, oh shit, like, she should answer this. I should write her this. I should ask her this. Like, I wonder what she thinks about this. Send them in. Let's answer it. And on our mom topic episodes, she's gonna fucking let you know. So right now, we are going to get into it. Which are you ready? I don't think you're ready for this question. All right, number one. Here we go. My little nervous bunny.
A question to Crystalicious for you back.
I'm ready for it.
All right. So the first question that we had sent in to us was, when do you talk to your partner or the person that, not even your partner, but the person that you are talking to about the level of seriousness? So what I'm talking about is, say you're talking or you're dating, right? The person that wrote in wants to know, when do I strike up a conversation about, are you dating around with other people, or is it just you and I talking?
I feel like it's kind of different on the situation, how you're feeling it, because I think that there's like guys that I've talked to for a while, and then you're like, yeah, this isn't going to turn into anything. Like, why even bring it up? But then there's somebody that you can get feelings for super quick, and you're like, you better not be fucking talking to anybody else.
You better not.
So is that what you say to them, though? Like, if you're like, I have feelings for you, this is getting more serious. Like, do you literally say, like, you better not be fucking talking to anybody? Feeling this? Or, like, how do you approach it?
I feel like it's always been kind of, like, mutual for me. Okay, so my last relationship, we went on 3 dates, and then he was like, so do you want to do this? Do you want to be my girlfriend? And I was like, yeah. You know, like,
because you were feeling it too.
Yeah,
like, it wasn't a surprise that he said that to you.
What?
It wasn't a surprise that he, like, said. Like,
no, I was like, is he going to ask? You know?
Okay.
And then, yeah, I feel like you just kind of have to feel it out. I don't really think that there's a time frame on that. But if I am thinking that, like Rachel said, I have really no filter. So I'll just be like, are you talking to other people? Like, I just want to know, you know, because if you are, then I'm not going to be giving you all my attention. And I'll kind of put my wall up with that, because why am I going to waste my time, you know?
That is, I feel like the way that you just said that was perfect, because it's like, if you are, let me know, because I'm not going to give you every single thing that I have. But if you're
Exactly.
not, then I might take it a little more seriously. So it really depends on how you're feeling, how they're feeling, and kind of how you want to move forward with that.
Right. Like it's like the putting all your eggs in one basket. That used to be so much easier for me, like talking to multiple people, but now I'm like, I don't want to do that. It's tiring. Like, I don't have energy for that. So now I feel like if I'm talking to somebody, I'm just talking to that one person, and like anybody that would randomly chime in, I wouldn't respond. So
Right.
I think it just depends on the situation and how you're feeling.
I feel like that leads really well into the next question, because like you said, like if someone isn't kind of in that same place, you put up a wall, and that's probably based on previous experience, like good or bad, right? For that. Yeah. So the next question we have is really kind of right in line with this. So when talking to someone new, do I need to bring up past situations that are important to me? So, for example, this listener says, if something bothered me, in another relationship, for example, cheating, communication, etc., when do I bring that up in the current time?
I think that communication is key. And I swear that the older I get and people talk to me about their relationships, I'm like, people can't read minds. And it's like,
yes.
if you're not telling them that this was an issue for you, then they're going to continue doing it. And then it's just going to like build up in your head that you're getting more and more resentful. So if you're not saying it, then you're kind of fucking yourself, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
And then you should be single anyways, because if you're fucking yourself, you should be single. Just saying.
I mean,
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, but I totally see what you're saying, that, like, you can totally see where you're at a point where I'm not just dating to date to see what else there. Like, I know what I want, and I know what I don't want. More importantly, I think, as I know what I don't want. So yeah, I think you're right. Communication on that is key. Like, I'm going to tell you what I don't want because I'm not here to fuck around and find out. Like, I'm here to get this done.
Like, if I'm talking to you, I'm not trying to waste my time or your time. So if you're not going to meet like what I'm looking for, then bye. I don't know. We don't need to talk.
Life.
Exactly.
So I guess like, I feel like, so as I read that, and I mean, they only said like cheating, communication, but it's like, I feel like it goes deeper, because it's like, you're bringing these past traumas, these past things that obviously were very, very big in whatever you had went through before, right? So I guess that's how I take that, is like, in this situation, they are wondering like, when is the right time during the dating, the new kind of like, you're new to each other. When do you bring up the fact that it's like, I've been through this, so I need you to be open and communicate with me better. I've been through this, so make sure that you're aware that I'm going to be a little bit overly, I've been cheated on, so I might be a little more asking you questions. I've been through this, so I'm going to be a little more in your business because, before I wasn't, and now I need to be. I'm the way that I am right now because of what I have been through. So it's like, you're opening up to this person. So I guess that's how, like, I see this question is like, how quickly are you just like telling this person like, hey, just so you know, I'm not just this random ass crazy bitch. Like, I'm just over here like telling you that I'm this way because I went through these things and they matter. They matter. And this is why I am this way. So that's just how I read that.
I mean, obviously it's not going to be like a first conversation,
right?
But I feel like when you're feeling more comfortable, then I'll bring it up.
Right.
Like, I went through XYZ. So if you do stuff like that, it's going to feel like disrespectful to me.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, Definitely
And
agree.
I think kind of like you
Not
said
first.
before, you know, like there are some people who you can meet a few times and be like, I think this is going somewhere. Like you have that instant connection of something deeper versus someone that maybe it seems more casual. So I think, you know, like you said, it maybe isn't a specific time frame. It's more like a feeling that you're like, no, I think I can open up to this person because I see it going, you know, more than just a casual thing.
Yeah, but then I think it's hard too because you have to remember as well that not everybody thinks the way that you think. So like I will be straight up and tell you like don't do X, Y, and Z because I don't like that. But then like for an example, in my last relationship, he didn't tell me things that bothered him. So like towards the end of the relationship, they kept getting brought up that I did this and this and this. And I was like, you literally never said anything about that. So I can't read your mind. You can't read my mind. It just like goes, I think it just goes to show like how important communication is.
You guys want to hear something really
we beat that
funny?
Sure.
My husband apparently is listening in the other room and he just texted me this. Ready?
Communication.
It's important. This is a Zach quote.
Okay.
It's important to tell people about past experiences so they know why some things might affect you, I think. Thank you. That's exactly what we've been saying, babe.
Yeah. And also, I feel like if you don't feel comfortable expressing these like past traumas to your partner, then you shouldn't even be with that person.
Yeah, 100%. If that's dead on, Crystal. That's so true. If you don't feel like you can openly say like what's on your mind and have that, then yeah, that might be like a red flag that you're not with someone that you should be for sure.
Okay. So this one's great. Sorry. I just can't even. What if you were talking to someone you are truly like you enjoy talking to this person, everything is great, you love it. You really like them, and then you come to find out that they drive a hoopty or a minivan.
I would just drive all the time. Is that Joel's question?
Yes!
It is. So
that was
I have
Joel's
to
question.
tell you guys, that is so funny. So Zach and I obviously knew each other for a long time before we ever started dating. Like, we worked together. So I literally parked next to his car in the same parking lot for 3 years before we ever went on a date. The first date where we went, we were able to walk to it, so that's fine. Second date, he picks me up in his car. I get in his car and I go, he had cleaned it. And I was just like, did you get your car cleaned? He's like, yeah, I actually took it to a place that gets it cleaned. And I was like, you realize I know you. I parked next to your dirty ass stink car for 3 years and you think you're going to pull it over on me because now all of a sudden you cleaned it?
I think that is adorable.
It is adorable.
It was really sweet. And I was just like, oh, he really likes me. And he's willing to actually wash this car that I think I've literally never in the last 3 years that I've known this guy ever seen him have a clean car. He must really like me.
He was trying to impress you. No, but Crystal, like seriously, I'm wondering. So you say you would drive, but it's like one of those things where that's what they drive. I don't even want to say minivan. Like, it's funny because you can have a minivan for many reasons, but it's like a hoop. The fact that he said hoopty. The fact he said hoopty. So he drives a hoopty.
I think it's even more funny because a guy that I was talking to, we were like on a walk or something, and there was like some super ghetto minivan with like duct taped windows. And he was like, what if that was my car? And I was like, I would drive all the time.
It was fun.
And he was like, you wouldn't care if that was my car? And I was like, no, because I wouldn't be getting in it. So like,
I feel like that's a good point, though. That's a fair point, because you're like, if you like the person enough, it's like, okay, well, that's your car, and here's my car, and we're going to drive this if I'm in it or whatever. I still like you, and we're going to figure this out. You know what I mean? But it's like at the same...
I would be judging more if they didn't have a car. Like, hey, at least you have a minivan, you know?
Yeah.
Minivans
ain't cheap. Minivans ain't cheap.
No.
They're not, right?
Especially if it's a Pacifica. Doors open.
Exactly.
The door open.
The ones with the automatic doors?
Yeah. That's not what Joel had, but I mean, whatever. Why are we talking about people? Hey, minivan people, don't be coming for us, okay? Like, we love you too.
We appreciate you and know that is not cheap, and you live your life the way you do.
And you have a car. So
you have a car.
We also, this is a momcast, so ain't no scrub. We know that the majority of people probably have minivans because of all them cars. That's why Joel had his minivan. So yeah, the background to this question is when I met my boyfriend, he showed up to my house in a minivan. That was our first date, actually. Like,
didn't we tell the story on Dating Fails episode? Didn't we?
I'm pretty sure I did. I'm pretty sure I did.
You did. Because I had never heard that story before.
Because it was like walking into a murder.
Oh, yeah.
Get in his minivan.
Yeah. No glasses, no shoes, no nothing. I just show up to this freaking minivan and I'm like, hey, hello, what's up? But yeah, anyways, that was a funny one. Okay. So the next question that we have, pretty straightforward. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Heather. No, you were going to read that one. What?
I feel like you did that perfectly. You do it.
No, it's yeah. So I was just going to say the next one that we have for you, it's pretty straightforward, is when is the right time to let my child meet the person that I'm dating? So like, when do we do that introduction?
I feel like that's kind of like a hard one because obviously I've made the mistake of doing this too soon.
Real quick, sorry. You say, I feel like I've done the mistake of doing this too soon. I was 100% going to go the opposite. And I feel like you're someone who's very like, and maybe it's the fact that you have done it too soon that now you are how you are. But I was going to say the exact opposite. When I read this question, my brain was like, wait. She's going to say wait. Because you're like, fuck everyone. I need to make sure you're going to be here. And there's a reason for me to even bring you around my kid before. Though it's funny that you said too soon. I'm sorry to cut you off. Keep going.
That's okay. So yeah, I feel like I've done it too soon. But I mean, I feel like it's harder to kind of push it back like a longer time or whatever when you have your kid 24/7. Like, I have Landon a majority of the time. So it's like, I'm not going to leave him overnight, to go spend the night at some guy's house. Like, yeah, I can go out to dinner, but then I have to be back. It's like, I have my little curfew with my little angel.
That is so cute.
So I feel like that's why it's been harder for me. But now, like, I don't know. I think now that I'm getting older and Landon's getting older, he's so passive that, like, even if he didn't like somebody that I brought around, he probably wouldn't even tell me.
Really?
Yeah. Because it's so different, I feel like, with guys and girls. Because girls are so
opinionated.
I'm going to tell you the world,
Yeah.
But, like, right. I'll ask him a question and he'll just be like, yeah, he's cool. And that'll be like the conversation. But I don't know. I feel like it's definitely harder to wait when you have your kid all the time. So, I mean, I would want to wait longer just so I know that somebody is going to stick around. I don't want to bring a bunch of random people around,
Right. I feel
but
like
now I'm so picky that we'll see if they make it to the Landon round, you know?
the Landon
But
round.
that's good.
1 out of 10.
That's
When is the
good.
Landon
I mean,
round?
Yeah.
I don't think it's even picky. I think that you have had enough experience to know what's not worth your time or your kids' time. And I think that that's not picky at all. I think that's smart.
Right. And it's kind of funny because, well, it's not funny, actually. I got some childhood trauma from this. But like me and my brother were talking about the other day how growing up, my mom had a boyfriend that she was with for like 12 years, and him and my brother did not get along at all. And it was like always a shit show. And me and my brother were talking about that. And I was like, I would literally never put Landon through that. You know, this is like completely straying away from the comment, but I mean, the question. But I don't know, stuff like that. Like, even if I'm around somebody, I'd be like, no, I would never bring you around my kid.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's fair and necessary.
I was going to say, I don't think that it's straying away from that question whatsoever, because it is along those lines. Yeah, we're talking about when is the right time. But then also, it's hard if it's the right person. You know what I mean? So it's
Exactly.
like, you're doing this as someone who's dating, you're choosing someone for yourself. But if you are a parent, you're choosing someone for not only yourself, you're choosing someone that is also going to be around your child. And if that person doesn't completely make you feel like they bring a whole level to your life and a whole level to your life as a parent or your child's life or whatever, why are you here? That's how I see it, is like, if you're
Right.
not also engaging and being proactive and someone who I want to be around, not only me, but my child, fuck off. Like, that's how that is, you know? But that's how I see it. That question, when is the right time?
I feel like that's like
Fucking
another like
never.
feeling it out situation.
It is. Everything is so situational. As
Right.
we answer these questions, as Crystal answers these questions, obviously they are situational. Everyone's going to do what they do. Crystal's going to tell you how she sees it. That's her thing. You know what I mean? That one's hard. I know, not that like I'm trying to beat up this question, but like, Crystal, you and I talked about this when it came to Joel with Kenzie. You know what I mean? Like, you were one of those people that was like, well, maybe you want to wait. And my situation was very different because I didn't know if Joel was going to be around. So Crystal was there to try to talk me through the fact that, like, well, maybe they should never fucking meet, because is he even going to be a constant in your life? No,
Joel's gonna listen to this going, what the fuck, Crystal?
He's aware of this. He's probably sitting right at the door. The point is, I didn't know if Joel was going to be a constant in my life, if he was going to be someone that was going to be here. Like, I didn't know where this was going, right? I knew I was crazy about him. But the fact that there were so many factors, military, where he wanted to go because his kids were in another state. There's so many things, right? So it's like, this came up, and yes, I knew that personally, I enjoyed him. I wanted to hang out with him. I loved being around him. Was this going to move forward? Should I introduce the one thing I love most in life to this person? That, are we going to go somewhere? You know what I mean? So it's such a, I don't know.
I think my big thing, because I'm protective over you, like I'm protective over me.
You're protective over me for sure.
So I feel like, because I was thinking of your last relationship and how.
No, don't think of that relationship.
Well, just because
But I
don't
see your
know.
point, Crystal. Yeah.
And then like obviously the military had to do something with it too.
Yeah.
So, but see, you trusted your gut, and look, you're thriving. Hey, Joel.
I'm thriving. We don't talk about
We love you, Joel.
No, we do.
Okay. Next question, Crystal. Are you ready for this one?
I'm nervous. Again.
Okay, here we go. Just gonna put it out there. Where are all the single good men at?
If I knew that, I wouldn't be single. Like, what kind of question is that?
I didn't even know.
What kind of question is that?
Someone who actually wrote it in, or was
yeah?
Like
no, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I have no idea. I can't give advice on that because I'm single for a reason. So
I feel
when
like
you find out, let me know.
So is this person, and she is actively like, what the fuck? Like, I'm trying my hardest and fuck everyone. So I was dying when I read this. I was just like, are you...
I have an answer for you, listener. I'm so sorry.
It's like funny because I was thinking about how, I want to say like back in the day, you know, it was so easy to meet people in real life, right? And today I was like at Walmart, and you like think about how everybody meets on social media now. And then I was like at Walmart, and I was like, I wonder if anybody would just like randomly come up to me, or if I would just randomly go up to anybody. Probably fucking not. I would not.
Yeah.
But then like me and this firefighter had this awkward eye contact, and I was like, nope.
Yes.
Why not?
That could have been.
So
I don't know.
Funny. I forget what we were watching. It was some show that came out like early 2000s, I think. And in the show, this guy just walks up to this girl, says like, hey, how are you? How is your life? Would you like to hang out later? And it was that simple. She gives him her number. He just like, they call, they set up like a time to go have coffee. And I was just like, does that even happen anymore? And I literally turned to my husband and I said, have you ever done that? Just like walked up to a girl and been like, hey, how are you? How's life? Let's see if this is anything. Just to a stranger. And he's like, no, I absolutely never did that.
If a guy came up to me and said that, I'd be like, no. Sorry.
I'm sorry. I know for a fact that it depends on the guy.
What he looked like. If he was 6'4", I'd be like, okay.
Yeah. Wait, what? Repeat the question.
Then he walks up and he goes, hey, how are you? And you go, before you say the next thing, how tall are you? And how much money is in your bank account? Okay, go ahead, proceed.
The brunette with tattoos under that hoodie, sign me up.
Sign me up. Done.
Like, I'm sold. What produce was I buying? I don't even know anymore.
Why was I here?
Are we both trying to pick that head of lettuce? Okay, it's fine. Like, we can eat it together.
Okay, right. It totally depends on the person.
I know. Yeah, it does. It really does. I know that. That's funny. Okay. This is the last question of this episode's whatever. Dear Crystal. So this may sound crazy, but I was wondering, how many red flags do you need to see before you are finally like, nope, not for me? And then my throat made a noise.
I don't even need a red flag. It could be pink and I'm fucking done.
Pink.
Nope. You know, red is my favorite color.
Exactly. I was going to say, yes, it is. Don't say no.
Well, in the past, obviously, I've been very blind to red flags. I feel like now I'm very, like, maybe like third time's the charm red flag in my face. Then I'm like, okay, I'm over it. So after the dating fails, I went on a date with this guy.
I was like, wait, do we even get into these? Because, I mean, we're doing a second part.
Okay, I won't tell the story. But, so there was a lot of red flags. And I was just like, okay, maybe he was really nervous. And I went on a second date with him. And the second date, I was like, absolutely fucking not. Like, why did I give this guy a second chance? And then I'm like, Crystal, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, all of this shit was just thrown in your face, like the first time you hung out with him. So, but you know, I don't know.
I think that's a positive, though, for you, Crystal. I think that means that you still have faith in possibility of like putting yourself out there and finding what is right for you.
Way to think positive.
Yeah, exactly. Like keeping that kind of positive spin, because then otherwise, what are we even like doing here? So I think it's good, but you know, benefit of the doubt, and he didn't, and then you didn't have to waste any more time after that. But I think what you can get from this is that you still have it in you to be like, I'm still out there doing my thing, and I'm not like, you know, it is what it is. And one day we will be able to answer that question: where are all good single men at?
The good single men at.
The answer should be 0, honestly.
Oh, man. That's so sad.
No red flags. Everybody needs to be perfect. But yeah, I would cap it out at 3, and I don't think everybody deserves a second chance.
Fair.
Lesson learned.
Fair enough.
There's your tips of the week is third time's a charm, and not everyone deserves a second chance. Brought to you by Crystal. Third time's a charm, and not everyone deserves a second chance. So that's it for this week's portion of Dear Crystal. I want to see more questions. I want to see more and more and more, and hear more, and I want Crystal to answer more. Crystal, before we say goodbye to you, is there anything else that you're like, you know what else I need to say about any of this? Here it is. My hair. Do you see hair?
I don't think so.
Okay. So, with that said, we will talk to you guys at the next mom episode with Dear Crystal.
If you guys have more questions for Dear Crystal, send them in winetimemoms@gmail.com, or obviously you guys know where to find us on Instagram or TikTok, wine_time_pod. Hit us up. We also have our Facebook group page, and definitely send in our questions, and we will be bringing back another segment of Dear Crystal as soon as we get your questions. So send them on in.
Yeah, I want them. I need them. I gotta hear about it. And we love them. We love them, and we love having you. Heather, just end the episode so I could go to bed.
All right. Until next time, send in those questions. Let us know what you want Crystal
Don't end the episode.
For you next time, and we will be bringing it back. But until then, we are about to get into the newest Wine Time episode. Here it is.
Wine Time, where we are gonna have some
And
fun.
welcome to my fabulous mom bun. Mom bun. Ooh, look when I flick it.
It's very springy. It's got a lot of bounce.
It's got that bounce. It's got that haven't washed my hair in a couple days bounce.
It's nice. It's very nice. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Wine Time, your guys' favorite ear candy. Eargasms.
I wasn't
I
sure you were.
I didn't know where I was going. I'm not sure. I had no plan for that. You guys, today we're going to have a fun episode. But before we get into our fun episode, because this is probably just going to be a light, fun, awesome episode. You guys are going to love it. And so am I. Maybe. I'm not really sure yet. We'll see. It depends if I lose or win or how I feel. But I have to tell you guys something. Normally we whine at the beginning of Wine Time, but I have something to say that's not a whine.
Okay.
Of course, I can find something to whine about it in there, but my daughter starts soccer next week. And that is a major win for this mama over here because, yes, I am pushing my life onto my child. She told me no, and I said, you will be playing. So when I say I pushed it, I pushed it. She's excited. She's looking forward to it. If she doesn't like it after the season, I won't make her play, okay? So don't come for me, mom shamers. It's not like that. But I want her to try things. I actually have her in a lot of things right now because I'm just trying to get her foot into things and see kind of the direction she wants to go. But soccer is one of those. And I gave her options. I said, you could play softball, you could play basketball, you could play anything, but we're definitely going to try a team sport.
Right.
And
yes, exactly.
She starts soccer on next week. So it is
so
exciting. It makes me excited. Okay, the wine. Let me whine. I am a very competitive human being. So I know that this is a non-competitive U8, like she's never played before. Right. And I'm just positive I'm going to make a fool of myself because I'm just going to be like, you got to be the best out there. What are you doing?
Right. That's why I told my husband that I will never be able to coach softball if either of my children want to play softball. I don't think I'll be able to coach because I know too much about it. Same kind of goes for volleyball, but like way more so in softball. Like if they want to go play soccer, I'll totally coach soccer because I don't I don't have my own stuff to bring to that. Right. But it's so funny because first of all, I think you need to spend the next week showing Kenzie all your old soccer stuff, like pictures and this, and just show her your life. I think she will really enjoy that. Second, me and Zach feel the same, that we want to allow our children to try different things so that they can kind of see what they like, but we really, really do want to push some kind of team sport because I think there's just so much you get from a team sport. And so, and Evie already does soccer at her school, and so if she wants to keep with that, that's awesome. But any other, kind of team thing is really, like, we want her to do that. And I am so freaking excited. I might cry when you send me a picture of Kenzie playing soccer.
I'm the opposite of you. Because you're so like, cool. You're detaching yourself, right, from... Yeah. That was your life and you don't want to coach because you know this, that, whatever. I told him last night on the phone, I said, if Kenzie likes soccer, I will be her coach next year. I will be, because they had a shortage. They had a shortage of coaches. We didn't think that we were going to be able to get in. I got the call late, and I'm very excited, but I could have stepped up in that moment and been like, I'll coach. I've coached before, I've reffed, I've done everything. Right. So I'm like, I could have done that. And I didn't want to for numerous reasons. First of all, who I am as a person. Second of all, I want her to enjoy it at least before we see if she's going to be into it. So we're going to get there. Yeah. We'll get there.
It's funny. It's funny you say that though. I think, and it's so funny. I love my dad. I have a great relationship with my dad. He coached a lot of my stuff. He was obviously, he was my karate instructor. So there was that from literally, I feel like the time I could walk. He coached my swimming. I was on a swim team. He coached my swim team when I was really young. He did do a brief stint as a soccer coach, either for me and or my brother at some point, because one and or both of our coaches got deployed, and so parents had to step in and help. And he was my softball coach for basically the entirety that I played softball until I got to high school, and he wasn't. And I have mixed feelings about my dad being my coach, right? And I think that's why I'm like, I will take a step back. And I will see kind of like how my child does or whatever, because I have a lot of mixed feelings. My dad, some of you may think, oh, your dad was the coach. Great. No, he was such a hard ass on me. He like picked on me. He was like constantly like pushing me way harder than any of my other teammates. And I specifically remember this one instance where I was just so ticked off at my dad. He was hitting us grounders, and he was just lobbing them. Like, here you go, warm up, grounder. I came up to field my grounder. This motherfucker, sorry, Dad. Like, he's hitting him. I come up, he throws it up, two-handed, not a lob, two-handed, whacks it so freaking hard into the ground. I was so mad. And, like, this is the first grounder I've taken today. Like, it's called a warm-up for a reason. I took that ball and I chucked it back at his head. And he didn't have a glove because he was hitting grounders. So you're supposed to kind of just toss it. I chucked it.
Oh, my gosh.
And I was just like, and later on, I was like, Dad, why do you freaking do that to me? It's not fair. You don't do that to the other girls. And he goes, you're wrong. I do it to some of the other girls. I do it to the girls who I know can handle it. And I was like, okay. A, I see what you're doing, but B, you need to be treating everybody the same and don't do that to me. I just remember being so mad at him. And of course, I was a teenager, so I had a lot of things to just be like angsty about, but like I have mixed feelings. But then on the other hand, like those are like memories that I will always have of my dad coaching my team. And there was obviously like we bonded over softball and like, you know, whatever. And there's a lot of happy things as well, but I have a lot of like mixed stuff. Yeah. So that's why I'm like, maybe I'll take a step back. Maybe when they're like really little, but the minute it starts getting like super competitive, I think I will bow out.
See, and again, that's probably why we are indifferent, because my dad didn't coach me. He refused to coach me. He coached my brothers, but it's like he didn't want to coach me. And like, even when I was out there on the field, like with, like, I wasn't allowed to call him dad. It was coach type stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so, which I understand, but it's just funny. It's funny. So here's to our traumatized childhoods and what we're going to do to our children.
And now what we're going to do to our children. Speaking of, never have I ever done this to traumatized my child. Put a finger down.
Drink. So we are bringing you a drinking episode where we play a game. We play a game for you guys today. We are going to play Never Have I Ever Mom Edition right now because we have brought a lot of like really, really heavy, really, really like tough crimes your way. And we called it a palate cleanser on the episode, and we need that, okay? So that's what we're doing here today. And we're just going to have a fun, short but sweet, never have I ever game, and hopefully you guys enjoy. Heather, with that said, what do you have in your glass over there? Because I saw you made something.
Yes, I am sticking with my thank you, Megan, for forcing me to buy some Tito's and doing this. This is such a like clean, easy, and to me, delicious. I know Rachel doesn't like it as much. Drink. So I am drinking just a vodka soda instead of regular soda water, though it is like LaCroix.
Stop it.
With some lime. So that is my drink, and I will be drinking this anytime I have done it.
Ever.
What are you drinking?
That I have ever. So I have like a water right here, but that's not what I'm drinking when we do that. But it is in my wine time glass. So
I was going to say we have matching mason glass wine time. Yeah.
Are you ready for some wine time? But I have a ranch water because I wanted a glass of wine, but I don't have any wine here, guys.
What?
I've got no wine.
That's our other wine for today. Rachel has no wine.
Gonna have to go to the store. That is so sad. So I'm gonna have a ranch water, which let's just do it for old time's sake. Are you ready for it?
I am. Oh, it's so good.
Fizzy. It's fizzy. Let me pour it for you.
Oh, yeah, get that P sound in there.
It's so funny. I could smell the lime a lot. Okay, so we're just going to go back and forth. So we found this on a website that I will tag. I don't remember what it's called. But we are just going to go back and forth asking each other questions. And if we have done it, we have to stay true. We have to be so open and honest right now.
We're so honest.
With that said, we have to.
We know you guys
drinky
for the honesty.
You guys come for the honesty. Yes, you do.
I'm so excited for this.
Are you guys ready for this? I'm going to take a sip just to start it. Cheers, Heather, to Never Have I Ever.
To Never
Mom
Have I
Edition.
Ever. Mom Edition.
Burp, burp. All right, let's see how this goes. You want to go first, or you want me to go? What do you want to do?
At that. You go first. Start us off.
Okay.
Start us off.
Are you guys ready? Okay. Never have I ever asked my kids how old they were or momentarily forgot their names. I forget. She drank so fast. I forget. I only have one, and I still go, hey, kid.
I legit have called my child my cat's name.
Oh, my God. Come here, Betty. Oh, shoot.
And I also have kind of the opposite. I have yelled at my husband and said, Zach.
The whole how old they are thing. There's so many times when I'm filling out paperwork, when you go to a doctor and you have to write their birthday 37 times. I jokingly, like in the moment, I do have to think about it. But I'm always like, when's your birthday again? She's always like, Mom, you know that.
Mm-hmm. Well, okay. I have figured it out with Evie. Like, Evie, I've got it. But Tempe, maybe because she's new, I legit, when you show up and they go, like when I check in at the doctor's office, they go, okay, and what's the patient's birthday? I have to, like, it's like in my mind a double take. And I'm like, and I swear to God, I'm like, I know they're immediately judging me. Like, you don't know your own child's birthday, but I'm like, she's new.
Yeah. She's new. You should know it because it was sooner. Like, it was more recent.
It's more recent, but it's harder.
All right. Well, that's a good way to start. We both had to drink. We're probably going to have to drink on every single one of these.
Every single one. Okay. Number 2. Never have I ever celebrated when someone canceled plans with me because it meant I didn't have to take a shower, put on makeup, or carry on adult conversations. Cheers to that.
I celebrate every time someone cancels plans. Even if I was looking forward to it, I'm like, this is a win in my book as well.
This is win-win. This is a win-win. All the time do I do that.
That
all
is so funny.
The time. Oh my God. Like, I will literally be like, there's a 75% chance this person won't be able to make it. Should I even try to start getting ready or just wait it out? 100%. Oh,
Number 3. Never have I ever demonstrated to my younger children how to use the potty, including grimacing, grunting, aiming, wiping, and of course, the double flush. Hey, I've done some of them.
How else are you supposed to potty train if you don't show them or demonstrate?
I show Kenzie how to aim all the time. What do you mean? I'm just kidding.
That is I don't know about the aiming, obviously. I don't know about the aiming. But I swear, because for a long time, Evie was scared to poop on the potty. Like, she had an aversion to it. And so I'd sit her down and I'd go, Evie, just, like, I...
Yeah, show all of us. Show all of us what you do.
And so now she'll sit there and I'm like, do you have to poop? Do you have to potty? And she goes, yeah. And she makes the cutest little, like, face. And then me and Zach also are both like, well, not too hard. Like, you're not trying to.
Yeah, give yourself an aneurysm.
Yeah, for real. Oh, man.
Well,
okay.
We're doing great.
Here we go. Oh, no, this is you. Whose turn is it?
Your turn.
Oh, my turn. Never have I ever, I've only had 3 drinks and yet here I am. Okay, never have I ever felt secretly resentful that my kids could sleep anywhere, anytime if they wanted, and yet they never, ever, ever want to drink.
I don't think I need to drink on that one.
Really?
I'm trying to think, like, maybe because she's 7 now, like, I'm dismissing some of the early time, but, like, I can sleep anywhere. Like, I'll sleep in the car, I'll sleep on the sidewalk, I'll sleep while I'm working. Just kidding. But it's like, I will sleep anywhere. So I don't think I don't sleep through the night. That's what I resent. Yeah. But I don't think so. I'm gonna pass on that one.
Oh, good for you.
I'm winning.
For you.
You're losing.
Good for you. No, I do. Like, I legit sometimes look at, especially not so much now with Evie, obviously, because she, but my baby Tempe, when she just like can pass out like in a 5-minute car ride from here to the grocery store, I'm like, look at her getting her sleep, whatever. I'm like, well, look at her, because she decided she didn't want to sleep this morning. Now all of a sudden, here she is, 5-minute nap. Go ahead and get your Z's in, girl. No.
Oh, that baby.
I do. And it's not a secret. Actually, maybe I shouldn't have drank, because I'm not secretly resentful. I am openly, outright resentful.
She knows. All right. Number 5. Never have I ever dropped an F-bomb in front of my kids on more than one occasion.
Cheers to that, y'all.
Sorry, Terry.
Drink it up. Drink it up.
Should I take 2 sips for that one?
On the podcast about how I was mad and I walked through the wet grass and I go, great, now my fucking shoes are wet. And then Eddie goes, my fucking shoes are wet too. Like crap.
I haven't heard, Kenzie hasn't said anything like that, but she'll look at me like if it does come out, when it does come out, she will say, Mom, you know you're not supposed to say
Whoa, get it,
Mom,
girl.
you know you're not supposed to say that. And I'm just like, I know, I'm sorry. And she'll be the one to be like, breathe, take a lap, smell a flower. Like, she'll tell me like the things, Yeah. She's funny.
No, but
that's funny, girl.
Good. I really like that. My daughter kind of does that too. Evie, she says like, I'm gonna take breaths now, or when Tempe is freaking out, she'll be like, Tempe needs to take some breaths. And it's really, I like it a lot, because I probably, like most moms, I get a guilty feeling when I do kind of lose my shit in front of my child. Right. But the fact that she follows things up with those things that I've also modeled for her, like, okay, I'm gonna try to take some breaths now, like I'm gonna try to like take a walk, these kinds of things. It's a positive, because you're showing your child that A, it's okay to have emotions. It's okay for us to get angry and feel like we want to be angry. And then B, this is how you can healthily cope with like being angry. Oh, smooth. Healthily cope with like being angry. Take some breaths, take a walk. And so I think if it's followed up by that, it's a positive thing. It's good.
I agree with you 100%, because that is exactly how things, so many times, and I feel like we've already talked about this on the podcast, but people try to just like shut down children's like big emotions, any of their negative emotions. And it's like, you had 37 of them today. Your child is allowed to have them as well. And if you're having 37, they're probably learning from you, So it's like, you guys have to have this
for sure
communication and balance. That's for sure. All right, bring it to me.
For sure. Okay. Never have I ever stuck my hand in the toilet to retrieve whatever toy had been accidentally on purpose lodged in there.
Accidentally on purpose.
Accidentally on purpose.
I definitely don't think Kenzie's ever stuck anything in the toilet. The only thing that I can think I've got out of the toilet is my phone one time when it fell in the toilet at a bar.
No.
Yeah, because it's always in my back pocket, and when I sat, it went in, and I was so upset. Yeah, but no, I don't think.
No, I don't think I have either. I will not drink to that one. Yay, our first one!
Yes! This pump. All right. 7? Never have I ever peed my pants a little while sneezing. Damn you, pelvic floor.
Let me just chug for every time I've done it, and I'll finish my glass. Are you kidding me?
Seriously.
Okay, look, if you are a mom, maybe not even a mom. If you are a woman, this happens. Like, I swear to God, and especially shortly after having been pregnant and during pregnancy, this happens all the freaking time. Like,
can I tell you
still
something?
Do that, like, and it's so bad, and it's gotten to the point where if I go sneeze and I'm not in a good position to like make sure I can hold my pee, Zach will ask me. He goes, "Did you pee?" I'm like, "No, I caught myself that time." Where this is why, ladies, do your Kegels, do your pelvic floor exercises. It will come back to you. But also, do not be ashamed because we all been there. We all been there.
So I 100% thought I was going to be clear from peeing myself because I had a C-section. So I thought I just wouldn't pee myself because I was like, oh, nothing came out of my ooha. So I'm thinking I'm fine, you know? And I know. So I was kind of bummed the first time that I sneezed and I didn't do the leg cross, the immediate like a leg cross, you know, or like cough or something, and full on stream, like not even a little. I was like, damn, that shit came. It was not okay. I learned my lesson. I tread with caution and I close them legs.
I tread with caution and I cross my legs.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. We know how it is.
Stuff.
Okay, here we go. Never have I ever counted down the minutes until I put my kids to sleep and enjoy a glass. Okay, fine, a bottle of wine in solitude. Cheers to that.
Cheers to that. Oh, we laughed so hard we didn't even drink the last one with the pee.
Oh, I was drinking as soon as you said peed my pants. I just drank because I didn't know the situation, but I knew I'd been guilty of it, so.
Yeah, I have done that.
That is something that I don't think, and it, like, come on, man. Yes. And
you're also listening to a podcast called Wine Time. Guys, we are lightweights. Yeah, so you obviously know that's what we do. Right. The majority, we don't have our kids here the majority of the time, and me more than the other indulges, but yeah, once they go down, we are 100%. Like, do you want to record? Let's do it. Are you ready? Like, we count it down. Yeah.
All the time. And you know what? I'm not even gonna lie. Sometimes I don't even count down minutes. I say early bedtime it is, and here we go.
You're cut off. He's like, I need that glass of wine because my kid's gonna wake up at 3 a.m. So I just gotta get it in.
I know. Today, oh my gosh, thank you, universe, is the first day in probably 2 weeks that my daughter slept past 3 a.m. in the morning. So thank you, whoever is watching over us, and please keep it coming.
Happy for you. It's because you vented to me about it, and so now things are going to get better for you, I promise.
That is what it is.
Okay. Number 9. Are we on 9? Yes. Mm-hmm. Never have I ever gone all mama bear and yelled at another kid for bullying my kid. I haven't had to do that yet.
I have not yelled at another kid. My children are still very young, but I have yelled, not at my husband, but like kind of to my husband. The first time Evie told me that some kid pushed her at school. And I was very proud of how I handled it. I said, oh, that wasn't very nice. Like, what did you do? And she goes, nothing. And I said, okay, well, next time you can tell him, you can say, no, thank you. I do not like to be pushed. And if he does it again, you can go tell your teacher.
Knock him out. Oh,
yeah.
sorry.
And I also, meantime, was looking at my husband. Who the fuck is this kid? Who is his parents? I'm gonna find his ass. And I was pissed because my child is
sweetheart.
sweet. He is not like an asshole child who would have instigated any kind of confrontation. So I know that wasn't her. And I will yell to my husband about some kid he was doing. But again, she's young. So we will see if the day ever comes where I have to like take it a step further.
I'm like, I haven't had to yell at any kids. I have had to be like when I'm around kids all the time with my daughter and her friends and stuff. And there is times, even to all of them, that I'm just like, what are you doing? Like, stop what you're doing. Talk to each other. Stuff like that. But no, I have not. Mama Bear has not been released from the cage yet.
Good. That's good.
I know.
Because I think part of that means, they're not being put into situations with kids where that might be an issue. And two, like, maybe I like to think that maybe we've taught them and modeled for them ways to avoid situations like that. So they're not even being put into that situation.
To effectively communicate.
Exactly.
How you said, like, tell them, like, I don't like when you push me. Do not push me again. Because that also needs to be said. A lot of people are like, just walk away. Walk away. No,
you need to let them know
you
that
can
you're
say,
not
sorry, do not put your hands on me, and then you can walk away. But let them know.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right.
That's the way it is. Okay. Next.
That's the way it
Never have I ever let my kid or kids watch a movie on Netflix so my husband and I could chill, CHIIILL, which I think is code for Netflix and chill, in the other room.
I didn't even get it!
Yeah. So never have I
even get it.
My kids watch a movie on Netflix so my husband and I could chill, wink, 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 in the other room without anyone barging in. I have not done that.
No.
But I don't know if there'll ever be a day. I just wait for them to go to sleep because I'm not trying to deal with the logistics of such a situation.
Yeah, no, thank you. I've had sex once. I have one kid. Here we go. Just kidding. You made me wheeze. Don't make me. Stop. Why are you laughing so hard? That is so disrespectful to me. You're gonna make my mama bear come out.
Sorry. I just didn't see where you were gonna go. Oh shit. Okay.
That is funny. Oh man, that was funny. But no, I have not done that. Like, and one of the reasons is my kid goes to bed at like 7:30, 8 o'clock, so we're good.
Yeah, I know.
Everything's
that's
fine.
how I feel. I'm like, we can wait.
Early bird.
It's fine.
Early bird.
That's good.
Okay. Number 11. Never have I ever used my hands or clothing to wipe the snot from my kid's nose or my spit to wipe the filth from his or her face. Okay. I've absolutely not done the like lick my finger and like do that because I've seen like 90-year-olds who like do that and I'm not about that. No. I've maybe like I would not use my hand. That's 100% sure.
I've definitely used a sleeve. Like I've definitely grabbed my sleeve or the bottom of my shirt to wipe snot from.
I'll use their shirt. And then my shirt, I'm going to keep my shirt on my body. I grab the bottom of Kidsy's shirt and I wipe her nose with it. I'll wipe my own snot with my own shirt.
That's awesome. That's great. No, I have definitely used my sleeve or my shirt or something.
I probably have too.
I need to drink. I like your idea better. I think maybe it's harder with babies because they're usually wearing onesies that don't lift. Yeah. So might have to, come up with an alternative. But no, not the spit thing. I've never used my spit.
I drank because I probably have back when there was more fluids coming out. She's a little more body aware. That's funny. All right, go ahead.
Okay. Never have I ever felt relief when I saw another tired, stressed, and disheveled mom because it meant I wasn't the only one. Hallelujah. I think that's what this podcast is all about.
That's why we're here, you guys. We need you to know you're not the only one.
Yeah, and I think that part of it, it's also part relief, and it's also part, like, such sympathy, empathy for just what they're going through. Like, my entire outlook on parenting changed when you become a parent, you know? And it's just, you see a mom in a situation and, you know, your heart reaches out all the time. So for sure, that's what we're all about here at Wine Time.
But that's not even, well, you're thinking of it as the opposite. I was thinking, like, when you feel relief, it's more of like oh, good, I'm glad they're going through it because so am I. Like, I know, I don't know, not good, I'm glad, but anyways.
No, but like relief, like it is like a thing that's like, okay, I have been feeling, because it's hard. It's hard, even though you may have tons of friends in the same position, even though you go on TikTok and you see the exact same situations, even though you listen to this podcast, it can still feel very isolating in the moment when you're having a tired, stressful, disheveled day. You're like, fuck, and it feels isolating. And sometimes, even though rationally you know better, it may feel like you're the only one out there. So when you do see it and when you hear it and when, you know, it is a relief. Like, I'm not alone, because it's a scary feeling to feel like you're alone in this tough situation. So I think relief is a fair thing to say.
For sure. I feel you. Did you read that one?
No. I think I did. I think
you did. Yeah, because you said hallelujah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So it's
where are we? Okay. Number 13. Never have I ever let my kids go a day or two, a week, without putting a single leafy green or vegetable in their mouths.
Drink up.
No.
Good for you, Rachel.
It's not even me.
Your daughter likes
She's the healthy one.
Yeah.
She's the one that's...
It's horrible.
I'm not healthy.
But that's so
I try
awesome.
to feed her chicken nuggets.
But also, you have to think that part. I think a big part, like, I remember when you first had Kenzie and the time and effort and stuff that you spent into hand making all of her baby food. Right. Like, whatever, blending that shit up. Like, you were very, very good at making sure. And I tried that. I think I was more successful with my first. But, you know, my children sometimes don't like the leafy greens or vegetables. The fruits, all about it. Fruits is so easy. Every day, for sure, fruits. Leafy green vegetables, type, significantly harder. So my bad.
I'm excited because, so Kenzie, she is a big, and you're right, because I did that first year. I was like Nazi mom. Yeah. Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah.
I made all her stuff, whatever, but it's like she wasn't allowed to have, and people would have to ask me, like, can I feed your kid this? And I'd be like, no, what the hell are you thinking? You know?
Her first taste of sugar was her smash cake.
It was.
It was. Party. Yeah.
That was really hard for Kristen, by the way.
I know,
she was like, I want to give her all the chocolate chip cookies. But she loves fruits and vegetables. And she's not into like starchy type stuff. Like, she doesn't want to eat potatoes and rice and stuff like that. So I'm the opposite. And here we are, whatever. But I'm excited because as much as she likes like green beans and Brussels sprouts and broccoli and whatever else, this is not a leafy green. But now she's like super into spaghetti squash, and it gets me super excited because I love it. So I'm thankful for that. Anyways,
that's super cool.
Oh, and she loves artichokes, which I also am obsessed with.
That is it's so random.
And asparagus.
That's so good.
Mm-hmm. Heck yeah.
Evie recently ate like a whole thing of broccoli, and I was like, what? And she was super down for it. She didn't like the stalks. She just wanted to eat the tops. And I was like, that's fine. But she was like, I was like, okay, let's roll with that until you decide you're over it. Because she does that all the time, where she's like, I want this every day, and then all of a sudden, like, nope, not anymore. I don't like it. Okay.
Yep, I think I was supposed to. Oh wait, no, I didn't need to drink on that one. Okay.
No, you did good.
I was like, wait,
let me read the next one, and we'll see if you need. Okay. Never have I ever used the smell test to determine what exactly had been smeared all over the floor. I definitely smelled it. Because usually I won't, like, if you can't smell it, whatever, but sometimes I'm not sure if it is that spit up or is that just like spilt milk. And I need to know, like, I want to know, did she spit that up or is that spilled from the bottle? So yeah, I smell that. I smell it. That is, if you have to second guess though, like, just wipe it up.
I mean, you're going to clean it no matter what it is, whether it's spilt or throw up. So it is what it is at this point.
Yeah.
It's got to be cleaned either way. You okay?
Do it.
Okay. Number 15. Never have I ever dropped my kids off at school, braless, shoeless, and wearing the most hideous pajamas I own because I had no intention of getting out of the car. I would like to say I did that today. That was my morning.
Okay. So I am not to the point yet where my kids can jump up and get out of the car on their own. So I unfortunately cannot do braless and shoeless and wearing the most hideous pajamas, but I'm definitely not currently wearing a bra and definitely was not currently wearing a bra when I dropped the kids off this morning. Pajama pants, throw a sweater over the braless state, and let's go.
Yeah.
So I'm not there yet, but based on my current situation, I'm sure the day will come.
So it's really funny because I was talking about this like on Monday night. We were talking about, because my daughter takes the bus to school, so I usually don't even do that. But today I was home because I've been homesick, and so I'm home, right? So I said, I'll take you to school today because she was kind of in her feels this morning. So I was trying to cater towards her emotions, being a good mother or whatever. Okay. So, good mom or not, I'm not going to put a bra on to get in the car. So she looked at me and she's like, you're going like that? That's not the point of the story. On Monday, I was talking to another mom about taking our kids out to the bus because we just walk outside. And she was cracking up because she's like, at least you put pants on. She goes, I totally didn't even think about it the other day. I wear a shirt. She goes, I wear a shirt to bed and I didn't have a bra on. So I walked out there and it covers the majority, but they could tell, you know? And she's like, oh yeah, they all got a show. I had to hold my boobies in like this because I didn't have no bra on, and I'm just waving at the bus driver and trying not to let anything else show.
I love it. It's so funny. But like, the truth of the matter is, any other mother probably looks at that and goes, yep, been there, done that.
Girl.
We'll be doing that. And power to you, woman, because do you. Do
you.
Or
yep.
not. Okay.
I got some hideous ass pajamas too, let me tell you. When I wear them. I don't wear pajamas very often. I wear like just a tank top.
I seriously wear the same like pant, like they're like maternity pants that I have been wearing. Like those are my pajamas. That is
I have to be in shorts or nothing. Shorts or nothing bottom, but it's like I have to have like a tank top or something because I love when one of my boobs is on the outside. That's what I love waking up to. You know what I mean?
If I don't wake up with one boob out, it's not going to be a good day.
That meant I did not sleep well.
No, that was me. Like breastfeeding, I don't know how many times, like waking up with just one boob just out all the time.
Why even put it away at this point?
Like, what's the point? Yeah, I'm going to need it every few hours. Just leave it out. Why not?
Yep,
seriously.
Exactly.
Okay.
Here we are, guys.
Number 16. Never have I ever spent an entire day planning and preparing the perfect family meal, only to have my kids tell me it was gross and refuse to eat it.
I'll chug the drink to that one.
So
I fight with my kid every day.
I'm going to say I'm going to take a half a sip.
Okay.
And I will tell you why. I do not spend entire days planning and preparing perfect family meals because I'm not about it. But this did happen to me this last weekend. We had family coming over. So I said, I need to figure out a meal to do. And I found this really good recipe. And if you guys haven't tried it, it's so easy and it's so bomb sauce. It's a slow cooker recipe for beef short ribs. So freaking good. So good. And so I did. I actually went out, bought it, did the whole recipe, put it in the crock pot early in the day. Was like, this is going to turn out great. But it's honestly easy because you throw it in the crock pot and it's pretty much a dump recipe. Throw it in there, forget about it. When I served everybody their food, I made mashed potatoes to go with it because what goes really well with beef short ribs, mashed potatoes. And not my child, but my nephew who was here was like, his dad gave him mashed potatoes and he goes, I don't like mashed potatoes. And I go, and his dad goes, Aunt Heather made those mashed potatoes. You're going to eat at least a bite of them because she made them. And I looked at him and I was like, they're my favorite. And I made them really special. Can you please try a bite? And he literally on his face was like, oh, and his parents were like, it's seriously not, he literally doesn't like mashed potatoes, but like his face of disgust. And I was just like, okay, fine, whatever. Like, cool.
More for me.
Guy. I know.
More for me. Yeah, I mean, I'm not someone, we are not home all day anyways. Mm-hmm. Like, you're home, but you're working. Like, we're not home to be able to just do that all day. But, yeah, I've spent lots of time trying to get meals together. And this kid, and it could be something she loves every day. She could love it every other day. And she goes, and I put it right in front of her. She doesn't even taste it. I put it right in front of her, and she goes, I don't like chicken anymore. The freaking heck do you mean you don't like chicken anymore?
Same.
What?
I swear, like, it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. It's like, you have been eating this every day for the last 2 weeks because you quote unquote love it so much, and now all of a sudden today you're like, no? Fun. Tired. That's fun for me.
Tired. All right.
Bro.
Let's do until 20, and then we can save the rest for us doing it with other girlies.
Oh, I like that idea.
Yeah. All right.
And
so we've got
when we get to 20, let's check Instagram too and see if anyone knows anything.
Sounds good. Me. Okay. Number 17. Never have I ever let my kid take a natural pee-pee when tracking down a not completely disgusting restroom was just too dang inconvenient. Yeah, so let me talk to you about that one.
Listen. Let's hear it, because I don't have a story for this.
So we like to be outside. We like to go hiking. We like to, we've gone camping. We've done stuff like that. And bathrooms are gross. Mm-hmm. Bathrooms are gross compared to just peeing on the floor. And so, there's been numerous times we've had to pull off to the side of the road, and Kenzie became just a professional. We'd just be driving in town, and she would just be like, can we pull over? And I'm like, no. No, we cannot. Okay? This is not normal. But yeah, we numerous times have chose to go outside rather than, and I had, this, I don't have it anymore, but in my backpack when I was back home and we were going to Wrightwood all the time, I had this little kit that was, it was like
a kit.
You would go and then you would save your stuff because I would never leave any sort of trash or anything.
Right.
It would be clean, let me tell you. And then we would take it and discard of it. But she's a professional. She's like, I gotta go right here. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to totally choose that. She's a champion.
Love it. No, I don't have that experience with my children right now because quite honestly, they're just barely out of diapers. One is still in diapers and the other is barely out of diapers. So don't have that yet. But I definitely remember doing that as a child because restrooms sometimes not quite accessible. I remember being trick-or-treating and being like, Mom, I gotta go. Yeah. And we were literally random and we found a fence. It was a park. Found a fence. She's like, we're going behind the fence. That's what it was. And I did. And
this is
I could go on with my trick-or-treating.
An entirely different Like, it has to go with peeing, but different. Kenzie, so porter potties.
Yeah.
We used to go to Vasquez Rocks, and we would go hiking there all the time. And I always say porter potty, porter potty, porter potty, porter potty. And this one time, she comes up to me and she's like, Mom, I need to use the quarter potty. And I was like, the porter potty? She's like, I thought it was called a quarter potty. And I'm like, no, Kenzie, it's called a porter potty. She's like, this whole time I thought I had to pay a quarter to use the potty. And I said, you don't even have a quarter. You thought I'm paying these quarters?
She thought you were paying the quarter every time, Mom.
She thought it was called a quarter potty for that reason. It was so funny. Like, as if you can't open the door unless you insert your quarter.
I love that.
It was pretty funny. Okay.
So
all right. That's all you do. Did I drink to that?
Yeah, you did. You did. You raised the glass.
Okay.
Okay. Next. Never have I ever claimed my child was younger than he or she really was at the time because I really wanted a discount. Cheers to the discounts, y'all.
What discounts did you get?
I've definitely done that. So right around the time that Evie was turning 3 is when a lot of places start charging. 2 and under is free. 2 and under is free. And there have been a few museums and things similar that right around the time she was turning 2 and or 3, because some places like 2, if you're under 2, you're 3,
right.
You charge at 2 and under, like that's right around the time. And there's definitely been times that we claimed she was 2 and or her birthday was in 2 weeks and she was turning 2 for us to get the discount. So mostly like museums and that kind of thing. Yeah.
I have to say, so I've thought about it before, and I can specifically remember this one time we were at Dry Town Water Park back home, and I thought about it, which I don't think I've ever actually done it, but I considered it, but then I realized my daughter doesn't stop talking. So if I was to be like, she's not 4 yet. She's like, I've been 4. Like, you know? So I knew I wouldn't be able to get her. I'm dropping her mic. Mic drop.
Totally no, honestly, because I specifically remember one instance, we were heading up to Monterey around Halloween, which was just 2 weeks after she turned 2. And we had bought tickets to go to, I think, like the aquarium. And we didn't buy her a ticket. Because if you were under 2, you didn't need a ticket. When you turned 2, you're supposed to need a ticket. So it was just like, meh. Like, we're good. And then so I remember being like, if anyone asks, you know, because she now she knew to say, I'm 2. And so I was just like, if anyone asked, we just say, yeah, you're gonna be 2. My daughter was young enough that I could get away with that. Yeah, now I don't think I'd be able to get away with it.
Nope.
Definitely knows how.
Nope. Yeah, my daughter, she, not only is she so vocal, she's very honest, but she's she's gonna tell you.
Yeah.
She's gonna tell you about it.
For sure.
All right. 19. Yeah, 19. Okay. Never have I ever taken a mini vacation in the laundry room, bathroom, shower because I needed some freaking alone time. Can I chug?
Cheers. Chug it all.
Ashley, you're listening. You're the one who shouted that out on one of our things, is that when you need that time, go take that time. Mm-hmm. You know, like that is a perfectly good spot to go and get some alone time. My showers, even from when I was younger, have been way too long. But that's my me time. That's when I'm like able to just breathe and relax.
For sure.
And I do the same damn thing. And my kid knows she is not allowed to come through that door. One time she did. I was like, no, ma'am. No,
for real,
ma'am.
This literally happened like last week. I said, I'm going to take a shower. I'm closing the door. Because usually we just like, we leave our door open. Like it's not, you know, I'm closing the door. I'm turning away music. And I'm going to take a nice long shower. Because there are definitely days where I'm like, I'm just going to go. I'm not washing my hair. I'm just going to go wash really quick. And then I'll be out in like 5 minutes. No, I'm taking a nice long shower. I'm washing my hair, and I'm closing the door and turning on the music. Leave me alone. I've literally said those words.
Yep.
For
Been there.
real.
Been there.
Okay.
All right,
Are we
girly,
doing
last
20?
but not least.
Are we leaving 20?
Just 20. No, let's
Okay.
do 20.
Okay, this is our last one from here, and then we'll check and see if anyone wrote anything. Okay. Never have I ever acted like a goofball in public with my kids, i.e. singing, dancing, making high-pitched animal noises, because whatevs.
Whatever.
Live your life, girl.
What do you mean? That's who I am. That's who both of us are. Yeah.
Say, like, why wouldn't you do that?
That's normal. That's normal behavior. But I will tell you, my daughter is to the age where she calls me embarrassing.
Does she really?
She said I was embarrassing her. And this was here. Not even anyone was around, but I was doing something here in the kitchen. And she goes, "You're so embarrassing." And I was like, didn't think I was going to get that yet.
I think if my daughter knew the word, because I don't know how many times Evie says, "Mama, no singing. Mama,
oh my God.
Mama, no singing. No dancing,
Yeah.
Mama. No dancing, Mama."
No dancing. That's so
Right.
funny. Great. Great. How fun. All right. I've got a sip left, so I'm going to drink it. Cheers to that. That was fun,
Well,
Heather.
wait,
Thank you.
Let's see really quick if
Oh,
anyone
yeah.
wrote us one.
You're right. You are right about that one. Nope.
No? Okay.
No. Come on, guys.
Well, come on, guys. Next time, guys. Next time.
Oh, wait.
guys.
We have one
We do?
from Diane.
Okay. Do it.
Ew.
What'd she do? What'd she say?
First of all, she says, easy one. She said, never. I said, ew. Okay. Never have I ever been sneezed on in my mouth.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Cheers.
Why are people sneezing in your mouth?
Children are sneezing in my mouth all the freaking time.
Close your mouth.
Well, how am I? Okay, I'm holding my child.
Yeah.
Holding
Hold
my
your child with your
I'm-
mouth closed.
I'm talking to somebody. I'm talking to someone. I look to my child. The timing is just impeccable. Talking to someone, look to my child, don't realize what's happening, sneeze in my mouth, like right in my face.
Don't hold your kid if they have a cold. Put them down. I always make the joke at work where I'm like, if any of these kids, like, if I see snot, if they're congested, it's a bad joke, but I'm always like, I just stiff arm them. Like, they ain't coming close. I love you when you're not draining. When you're not currently draining from your nose, come give me all of it. All of it. As soon as I see any of it, I'm just like, not for me. Close mine.
And it's so hard this time of year. I'm really hoping we're like coming out of it, but it's so crazy because I feel like all of the snots and sniffles and that kind of thing is centering down, but now it's like everyone's getting a stomach virus. Like everybody is getting a stomach virus. Like me too. Like it's all just insane.
Yeah.
I have felt literally nauseous like so many times in the last few weeks, and Zach keeps asking if I'm pregnant, and I'm like, Lord God, I really am not ready for that, so please no. Like
Yeah.
like let's not, but man oh man. Man oh man.
I'm going to write Diane and say, answered on the pod. Diane is our show
I'm
manager.
going to bet Diane had to take a drink and or put a finger down on that one.
Absolutely.
Love it.
Okay,
Thank
you guys,
Diane.
as you guys listen to that, I'm sure you guys were thinking of all of the things you guys have been through and putting your fingers down as well. If you guys have, so like we said, we have more questions. So if you guys have any other never have I evers, I will post about it on social media. Please write them in and we can do, I think it would be a good time if we did it live.
Let's do a
Yeah?
live for sure.
Let's make a
That
fun
would be
drink and do a
great.
live. I think
Love
that'd
it.
be a great idea. Let's do it. So I will post that. You guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. And I have to cough. So Heather, go ahead and speak.
Okay, so I'm going to speak while Rachel coughs because I make her laugh so much that she's coughing. And so you guys can send us your own Never Have I Evers on our social medias, Instagram, TikTok. wine_time_pod, or we have our Facebook page. You can also just email them if you want, or just email us in general. Just email us and say, hey, what's up? At winetimemoms@gmail.com. We also, you guys have a Patreon. It's we do fun stuff there, not always mom related. Fun. Well, I mean, not fun because some of them are really shitty. Crimes. Yeah. But we are planning on getting into more like different things, like conspiracy theories and like that. So if you need more wine time in your life, as we all do, hit us up there. And, you know, just stay golden, my wine
stay
time.
Stay golden.
Besties. It is rough out there for a mother. And we know from never have I ever
almost said the worst thing.
This is how we have to live our lives as moms sometimes. And we cannot be ashamed. We must wear our never have I ever's proudly, because we all been there.
Because you know it's rough out there for a muff. It's so bad. I think I drank too much. Jesus. I quit. Oh. God. Everything's fine. We're fine. That was fun. I liked every second of it. One other thing on top of everything else we need you to do for us. Go leave a rating or a review if you haven't. If you've made it this far, I'm hoping that the only rating or review that you will leave is a good one, because we got a 1-star the other day and I almost just quit the podcast. No, I'm just kidding. That's not true whatsoever.
Rachel
but yeah,
almost just hacked into Apple's ratings.
Yeah.
Data to find whoever it is that gave us a 1-star and ask them what the fuck. No, I mean,
if you're gonna leave a 1-star, let me know what's wrong.
Let me know why. But here's how I feel, Rachel. We have a hater. You don't get haters unless you're something. So I'm taking it as a win, because hate all you want, y'all. We here. That is what it is.
We here. I like how you said it. All right. I got things to do. I got to go do some things. But this was a fun episode. Thank you. We needed that. Awesome. We needed that.
Yes.
So
palate cleanser for sure.
Cheers, love.
To that palate cleanser.
Doop, doop. Cheers. All right. I'm out this biatch. And we will talk to you guys next Tuesday. Wait for it. We've got plenty of good things coming your way. Tell your friends, tell your families, tell all the people. And go watch TikTok, because I'm going to post a picture or a video of Heather dancing with a naked baby. So we'll talk to you guys later. Okay, love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.